Hey guys, Stephen Kinsler here, back for FSMRX, and we are part 2. We're picking up with Joe O Shaughnessy from Urban Fitness, and we're kind of just in the middle of talking about your training philosophy and you do group training, but you also individualize it as much as you possible. So you have athletes, and then you have people on weight loss and people on muscle gain. But one of the points you brought up was about guys going in and just want to get flogged. If you're not sweating or puking, it's not good.
Yeah.
And, like, I know you're not a CrossFit, like we have a CrossFit, but you would have come up against that. Obviously, been in the industry, you know a lot of people in CrossFit. That CrossFit has the mentality, and a lot of CrossFit still do. Not some of them, not as much anymore. But it's this whole hardcore all the way. If you're not puking or not ripping your hands, you're not getting results. Which, like, I wouldn't agree with, because as you were saying, you don't have to kill yourself to get the results you want. You just have to be smart about your training, and you can sex it up a little bit and do some fancy workouts, but it doesn't need to be this extreme, let's go, rah, rah, rah kind of stuff. So for you, from someone that's not in the CrossFit community, how have you seen that evolve? Have you seen CrossFit make changes, and what would be your opinion on the I know it's a broad question, but the CrossFit kind of movement in Ireland, and it's growing and stuff like that.
Yeah, like, I mean, like, CrossFit got a bad rap like that, obviously, for so many years. But I mean, I've seen a huge involvement. Like, this is from the outside looking in, totally. Like, I mean, I'm not a CrossFitter, but this is from the outside looking in. I personally have seen a huge evolving in the quality of programming and the mentality that you don't actually have to work to total exhaustion every session. So there's definitely been a shift for the better there and that's from the outside looking in. But I suppose I mean that's, and it's not just CrossFit. That's the mentality of people in general. I mean, people tend to be of the perception that if they go to a class or they do a training session, if they don't finish that training session in a bundle, in a pool of sweat, that they haven't actually worked. They haven't worked hard. Whereas we all know now as good quality coaches that it's all about doing the minimum to get the maximum. You know, you do as much as you need to do to get the desired result or outcome, and then that's enough.
And Tim Ferriss would be a huge example. Like Tim Ferriss, I've seen one of his blogs where he just goes in, he deadlifts, I think it was 5 sets, and it was half a deadlift just from
to the shin.
It's like, that's all I need to do to get the maximum results from my back to get stronger.
And
he was in the gym for what, max 10 minutes?
He blew his deadlift up after that. Like he pulled the PR. I remember listening about that on his podcast. But I mean, that's a huge. It's a huge thing. It can be very hard as a coach to convince people that listen, that's enough. You pull the plug there. But it's like, but I can do more. Yeah, but tomorrow you're going to do more. And the day after that you're going to do more again. You know what I mean? So now it's the fatigue management piece. And I suppose in actual fact, I mean, that's I feel that sensibly planned energy system work is the missing piece in most people's training programs, and the fatigue management piece. You know, not working yourself into the absolute ground every session. And when you learn about it and you get it right, I mean, it's so nice to be able to go through a training program and feel fresh throughout the training program. And I mean, and that's not to say you don't train hard. It's far from it. You train hard when the program says you train hard. You take it easy when the program says you take it easy. And it will keep your fatigue in check. And you know, people get better results. But it's just it's the convincing part, because as I said at the start there, everybody still feels that you've got to be in a bundle, in a pool of sweat, or else you're not going to get fitter or you're not going to get stronger. When in actual fact, it's probably doing the reverse.
And if when you try and sell something, and I go like, I always like hashtag 365 results, because this time next year, how are you going to look and feel? Now that is harder to sell than in 60 days, I'm going to make you a monster. Sign up, pay money. And you're kind of but at what cost? You're going to be so exhausted after those 60 days, because you have to train 6 days a week for 2 hours a day. You have to eat a certain way, and you have to eat more protein than you've ever eaten. So you're all over the place. You're angry, you're aggressive, tired, everything's exhausted, and then you spend a month recovering because you can't sustain that output, and then everything comes back. And you're back to square one.
Yeah.
If it's same with diets, like you end up gaining all the weight you lost because you did the extreme 4 weeks to lose 4 kilos or something. Yeah. And it has to go hand in hand with your lifestyle. Like if you're an athlete and you're training hard, that's great.
Yeah.
But you've chosen that road. You've chosen, I'm going to be an athlete. Everything else is second.
Yeah.
But if you have a job, you've kids,
absolutely,
you can't flog yourself and then have no time. Like you can't perform in work. You can't spend time with your children because you're just totally exhausted.
It's like you can't be doing the AM sessions, the PM sessions 5 days a week. You know, still working, getting up to feed a baby in the middle of the night, still going for a few beers with the lads on the Friday night, still having your couple of takeaways the weekend. I mean, it doesn't add up like that.
You have to give something up, and it's what's the most important. And for again, most of our clients that come through our doors would be I need more energy. I just need more energy. But then they assume, as you're saying, that they need to be flogged to get that energy. Listen to what you're asking for. You want me to crush you for 60 minutes and then you're going to have more energy after that. No, you're not. Like, let's just get you moving. Like, even to the point where we do a strength week in FSM. We do every 10 weeks we do a strength week. And you're not allowed condition. That's all just lifting. We test mainly some maxes and like 3 reps and 5 rep maxes. And they're like, I really want to
throw down.
And I said, wait till next week. And you're exhausted. But you feel like you're mentally exhausted from just lifting. You don't have, and you said it before, you don't have to be sweating buckets. To be to prove results.
I mean, like, there's been many a time when, you know, I've gone into the gym or people have come into the gym here and they've done their workout. 45 minutes later, they're standing there. There's not a bead of sweat. Because the rest periods that are laid out in the program, but the intensities they're using for the reps are laid out in the program as well. And that workout's designed so you're supposed to feel fresh at the end of it. Go home now, eat and sleep and recover, because tomorrow when you come in, we might have, you know, a big energy system piece, or we might have, you know, some higher volume work or whatever, and you're going to feel it then. But I mean, if the fact of the matter is, you push the boat out now, you leave yourself, you know, in that position. Then tomorrow you do it again. The day after you do it again. It's a never-ending hole you're digging yourself into. You know, that's the beauty. That's the beauty of program design, and I feel where it's gone at like this day and age is the fatigue management piece. The fact that you can actually, you know, go through a full year of training and feel relatively fresh for a good portion of the year. I mean, there's always that area or that time of the year when you're going to push the boat out, especially for people who are competing in CrossFit, that they need to before competition, or powerlifters need to peak before competition. And you know, you're always going to have those few times of the year, but they're, you know, once they're properly planned and put in there, they're going to do what they're supposed to do, and then you move on to the rest of the year. And like, I mean, generally, like, you shouldn't be walking towards a barbell for most of the year, you know, stressed out and, you know, wondering whether it's going to go up or whether it's not going to go up. It should be just base building, you know, just nice smooth repetitions, practicing your technique and just getting it done. You know, it's all about consistency, good lifts, and that's it. It should be smooth rather than chaotic.
You know? You got the guys to come in and they want to do the max, they want to max, and they missed one, so they I can get it. I'll go back in. I'll get it. And you're like, no. You're not listening. How about we stay at 70%, we hit it for doubles, then triples, and then we move up to 4s and then 5s. And when you're hitting the 5s, I know you're going to hit that. When you're going back to, oh no, but I was so close. I say, but the amount of energy you use. Like we took, we were like 10-week lifting cycles. So the CrossFitters go into lifting because they give the lifters stick, because the lifters will lift and then they sit down for 2-3 minutes. And if they're not on Insta, they're obviously Instagramming or something. And then it's they get so much stick for it. And then a bunch of our CrossFitters went into lifting in the last cycle, and they do 3 reps and like sweating, and like they're breathing heavy. It's like, this is harder than you thought. They don't just sit down for the laugh. Like, they sit down because it's a requirement. It's like, don't knock it. Like, you don't. But when they finish their session, they feel good. Like, they get a bit out of breath, but by the time they finish their session, they feel good, and they're going out and they have to come back. I said, but you have to come back you have to do this 4 days a week. And you think what's happening to your body. With CrossFit, you're breaking a sweat as well. You get the strength training, but you're breaking a sweat. But you can come back. You could do this every day if the program is the right program. Once it's not, like you do 100 pull-ups today, then you have to do bar muscle-ups next day. Like, obviously, if your coach is good and he'll program strategically to keep your upper body and lower body resting in between, then like we're currently working on a new program, and we've already seen increases, but it's been designed in such a way that they squat regularly, but we're not killing them on volume.
So volume and intensity is managed within frequency,
So, and then everyone yesterday that came did their first repeat, and the repeat went up 5%. So automatically the 1 rep max is increasing. Well, theoretically, it's the one to get, and so they're like, oh, and I was like, we don't have to go mad. You don't have to go near your max to do that. And they're like, all right. I said, so in 4 more weeks when we test you, you'll be up. And they're like, oh, that's and for some of them it's clicking. For some it's like, no idea what you said.
I remember being at a seminar with Paul McElroy, and he had a lovely way of putting it. And what he spoke about was just elevating your comfort zone. I mean, without ever having to go near your 1RM, if you just elevate that comfort zone up slightly, up slightly, up slightly, up slightly, all the time that 1RM is slightly moving up, slightly moving up, slightly. And you do have to venture there, obviously. Sporadically, but like you can build up. We call it base building here as well. Like just keep building the base.
And that's it. Like even like Dave, I remember Dave Tate was saying, you should only max once a year. And that's on a platform. You shouldn't. You shouldn't have to max in the gym. It's your maxes for the competition. And then even Brandon Lilly, he was out with.
He was out in Black Rock with us.
And Brandon was saying, if you want to be a world champion, just add 2 pounds or a pound to your lifts every month, and you'll be a world champion in 7 years. And I was like, how long have you been training as a powerlifter? You could have been a world champion if you just
stuck to the program and just stay consistent
and just small, like the 1 kilo increase is a huge thing. I know with people that have to do at the beginning, you go from 100 kilo deadlift to 140, you're like a monster, and then you're like, you can barely get 150, you're like, why did that happen?
And then 6 months later it's only 155 or 158.
You can't just jump huge numbers, and people like your first year in any fitness, like, and this is your first year in CrossFit, is always amazing. Your second year in CrossFit, shit. And that's the make or break your client, because you have to make them understand then in your second year that everything slows down. And to get those extra results, we then got to even individualize you more, and a lot of people don't like that. And then some CrossFits won't cater for that. They won't cater to start individualized. Like some system me, Stephen, I really want to increase my squat because I just find it uncomfortable. Then I put in the squat element to their program. And they know what they have to do while the others are doing something else. But if you go across the board going, no, this is the program, and you stick with it, then obviously within reason, but you're going to lose clients that way as well.
I mean, like, listen, at the end of the day, I suppose this is from, we're not a CrossFit gym, but I mean, it's very similar to CrossFit, what we do here. But I mean, when that client walks through the door, at the end of the day, they're coming to see you because they want the desired outcome or desired effect. And it's your job as the coach to be able to provide the plan to create that desired effect. And I mean, if I get a client who comes to the door and says, listen, all I care about is I want to squat 100 kilos, or I want to squat 150 kilos. That's all I want to do. They'll get a program that's going to help them get there. I've no problem doing that as a coach, because people want what they want. I mean, I'm going to want different things to you. You're going to want different things to the next person. It's individual what people want. And as a coach, they're coming to you. They're putting their faith in you to be able to provide the information on the plan to get them there. You've got to give it.
That's huge. And I think generally when people walk into a facility, and the average punter that walks in, any program we give them, if they follow it, they'll get results from it. Because it's just
absolutely.
But you do have to, we get guys coming in. You get it yourself. Like, there's guys come in like, right, we're going to do. They have shoulder restriction. They've dodgy hips from just sitting for the majority of their life or their lifestyle. They've from past sports. They have injuries. So you have to completely cater to their rehab program. So we have clients that would be, right, we're doing this today. You're over there doing your rehab work, and we're going to continue this. Make sure you're doing your rehab work and keep them going until they're strong enough to join back with the main group and progress. And then you've got guys that are a little bit more advanced, as you said, like the marathon girl training for the marathon, and she would have specific you have to tweak things differently. And then as a good coach, obviously you can control that room. And I think I know Stephen Wyman does that very well.
Yeah.
He has lifters and CrossFitters and strength and conditioning guys, powerlifters, all in the same room, all running off the same program.
Yeah.
And when he first told me that, I was like, is that not hard? He goes, once the programs are set and everyone knows what they have to do, everyone has an understanding of the program, it's very easy to monitor. And it's more engaging as a coach because you're like, right, the CrossFitters, they're doing their thing, and there's the powerlifters lifting, does anyone need a spot? No, we're all good and everything's running nice and smooth. And that was the first kind of time I heard someone do that. And we have that now. We have the CrossFit, we also have the weightlifters. And the weightlifters are in their corner, they're on their platforms, they do their thing. There's always a bit of banter back and forth between the CrossFitters and weightlifters, each slagging each other off, which is good fun. But that's I think the evolution of the group training. Like as you said, like your group training is kind of, it's not just this is it, you go do it, no exceptions to the rule, and get it
that's
done.
I suppose. I mean, the way Urban Fitness started off the very similar to a CrossFit, with some CrossFits where everybody in the group is doing the exact same thing. But the way we run our program, we run off at the moment in the cycle we're on now. We just started our latest cycle now, running to Christmas. We're on a 4-day split at the moment. So people just do day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4. So they plan the program again around their own schedule. So say they come in Monday, Tuesday, they do day 1, day 2. If they don't come in Wednesday, it doesn't mean they miss day 3.
They still have to do
it. So I mean, we could have 8 people in here, and 2 could be doing day 1, 2 could be doing day 2, day 3, day 4, etc. So they're doing whatever day they're on in their plan. So you could have 8 people in here, and they're all doing completely different stuff, even though they're following the same sort of master program, and that's why we're trying to get the group atmosphere with an individual twist on it, in terms of, and that, I feel that's where it works best, because I mean the reason why gyms like your gym and my own gym and stuff like that are becoming so successful is, I mean, I spoke to a client the other day, a potential new client, and he said, listen, I'm going to, was it one of the bigger Globo gyms. It's taken me 40 minutes to get there. It's taken me 25 minutes to get changed. I get out to the floor, I'm waiting on this, I'm doing this, I'm waiting on that. I get in, I have a shower, I drive home, it's like a 3-hour process to go to the gym. Whereas the beauty of a facility like this one and your own one is, you come at a certain time, you're booked in at a certain time. There's never going to be more than 8 people. And we have enough equipment for that many people, so you're never waiting on anything. You come in, you've got a coach to bring you in, you've got a warm-up to follow, so you're warming up properly. You've got a properly planned, well-thought-of program to follow that is getting you closer to your goal, or it has the end product you desire at the end of it. It takes you an hour. There's no sauna, there's no jacuzzi. You just come in, you get it done. It's planned out, it's timed, you're gone. That's why these type of gyms are the future. They are the future of training.
And it's done in 60 minutes.
60 minutes.
And it's like you say, like 3 hours. Like, and so many people. I used to do that, and it's because then you do have your sauna. At the end. Why not?
It's there.
You just unwind, dehydrate yourself. But you come out, like we had, we run it, it's like kind of, the people say, oh well, what's about time? I said, if you're here at 5:30, you're out at 6:30. You are done and dusted, strength training, accessory, conditioning, stretched. 6:30, because I'm starting the next class. If it runs over, then I'm under pressure, and I don't like that. So I make sure it falls into place. Now, obviously, once or twice, something can happen, and where you run over 5 minutes or 10 minutes or something like that. Very rare, but it is. And our guys they love that, so they know they're bang, done, home, everything's over.
Plan your whole day around it. And the thing is that when you've got a coach there, I mean, how many people do you see aimlessly walking around commercial gyms, not knowing what they're going to do next? And then all of a sudden, 45 minutes of work turns into an hour and a half work because they're spending most of the time thinking, shit, what will I do next? I mean, you come somewhere like this, you've got a coach here who's constantly watching you. You're done in an hour, as you said, but you've worked hard for an hour. You've squeezed a lot of work into that hour. And when you walk out the door, you've got the good quality work done in a nice short space of time, and you can go off home then, make your dinner, enjoy the rest of your evening, rather than sitting in traffic or in a jacuzzi or a sauna.
Yeah. And that's why, like, again, the likes of like urban fitness and gyms, like kind of the warehouse style gym, which we are warehouse style gyms, are becoming the stronger element,
the mainstream.
And they're community driven, because you, like, everyone that comes through your door pretty much will know everyone within.
Yeah.
And we have a rule that the new person also everyone has to stop what they're doing and introduce themselves. Or a 20 burpee penalty, and we do that with all our clients, because it is intimidating to walk into a gym. There's no mirrors. There's generally loud music playing. But everyone there is friendly. And they're like, hey, how are you doing? What are you doing today? Oh, well, I'm doing this, I'm doing the weightlifting. I'm weightlifting too. Sure, come over, we'll weightlift together on the platform. And automatically, day one, people are walking out going, geez, that was friendly.
Absolutely. And that's, like, another part of that is, you'll generally get into a routine in a facility like this. You'll generally, most of the time, train at the same times of the week. And so will the other people in that group. And it gets to the stage where, okay, I know I've got to be at the gym at a certain time. I don't want to miss it, because I know X is going to be there waiting on me, X is going to be there waiting on me. We said we were going to meet up and we're going to train. You know, and that accountability factor as well, it drives you and keeps the consistency factor we were spoken about quite high. You tend not to miss. I mean, how easy if you're just going to a commercial gym, you know, just doing whatever you feel like when you get there today, how easy is it to say, do you know what, I'm not going to bother today? You know?
And so you might give someone on the treadmill the nod because you've ran beside each other for the last 3 months. But yeah, like even when our guys, if they do miss a couple of days, like my brother just came back and everyone at half 5 was like, where have you been? Where have you been? I didn't even have to say it, and not that I'd say it to my brother, but like, everyone was like, where have you been? Slacking. He's like, just had a kid, changed jobs. You know, and he's like, slacking. There's banter already, so he's like, I'm back. You know, I'm back in the fold. We're taking the piss out of each other again. And
it's great.
And you don't even, as a coach, you don't even have to kind of worry about it. Like, you kind of like, that's great.
The atmosphere in the group looks after itself. You know, it's and that's the beauty of it. It really is, and it's nice to stand back as a coach in the facility and look around and see the people mingling, see the people helping each other. I mean, I've had sessions where, you know, I nearly wouldn't even have to interact at all with the group, because they're doing so much work together, and they've become so advanced from training here that they're well able to come in and even read a new program off the board and just say, I'm good to go. Exactly. It's brilliant. You know, it's a nice thing to watch happen. You know.
So we're gonna finish with 2 more things, but before we get into the last 2, obviously we're coming to the end of 2015. Urban Fitness had a huge change, new facility. Just everything's just kind of snowballing in the right way for you at the moment. So finishing 2015 off, 2016, what can people kind of in online or even in the area, Glenageary, Sandymount area, look for from Urban Fitness?
I suppose it's been an absolutely crazy year, 2015. But listen, I said that about 2014. I said I'm sure I'll say it about 2016. But really, I mean, we're so happy with the new facility. I suppose the primary focus since opening here in September, from September to the end of the year, was to just get it known to people that we're here. I feel now, coming into 2016, I'm really looking forward to growing the facility and the different programs we're going to offer within this facility. We're looking at potentially branching out and starting a fitness camp, you know, as an entry level program for people who want to just know more about fitness and learn more about fitness, who could potentially, you know, up level or upgrade to the GCS program if they want to take things a little bit further. And then I suppose 2016. The way we're sort of going with the company is we've got 3 branches, a sort of 3-pronged approach. We're going to have urban fitness gyms, we're going to have urban fitness corporate wellness, and then we're going to have urban fitness consultancy. So we're going to be consulting with some of the top architects in the city on high-end fit-outs and stuff like that going forward. So it's going to be an exciting year, 2016. And then we really want to, you know, become a formidable presence online. As well. So there's a lot of things happening at Urban Fitness at the moment. It's things are moving on nicely, and I suppose the ride is never going to be smooth, as they say. But it's you know, things are moving along nicely, and myself and everybody involved in Urban Fitness, we're all extremely happy with the way things are going, and can't wait. Pumped for 2016.
And remember, it didn't happen overnight.
No, it didn't.
It doesn't happen overnight.
It certainly didn't happen overnight. Not at all. Like it never. And I suppose this is another friend of mine. It's such a good point. We were all sitting around. There was a good few coaches around the table, and he said, "Listen, don't worry about it if you're unorganized.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it if you want your company to progress at the rate you want it to, you're never going to be organized. So embrace it, embrace the chaos, because if you want to keep moving, that's just the way it's going to be." And I thought that was just an amazing tip. Just embrace the chaos. It's never going to be as organized or as picturesque and as beautiful as you want it to be. It's just going to keep on moving. It's a steam train. Just let it go, and just be along for the ride.
Cool. So last thing we ask everyone is a book. It could be a book that's just inspired you to be a better person or to be a better coach.
Yeah.
So a book, one book or two books.
Yeah. Well, I tell you, every time I get asked this question, it must be the hardest thing ever to try and think of all the books and condense it into one. So what I'll try and do is I'll try and give three books, one for each. So for training, definitely I would Ultimate MMA Conditioning from Joe O Shaughnessy.
Okay.
Because as I said, I feel the missing piece in most people's programs is energy system, properly planned and well thought out energy system work. So that would be that. In terms of life in general, I like the Master Key System by Charles Hannah.
Okay.
And then business would be probably Rich Dad Poor Dad.
I read that years ago.
Really good book. That really makes you think
about how you should live.
Just
about money and
about assets and liabilities. It really hits home, like stuff that you might think are assets. Are they really assets or are they liabilities? And it's just a really interesting book. Like, it's one I've listened to a few times, and I definitely will listen to a few times again. As I progress, but it took a lot for me. And Joe James's book, Ultimate MMA Conditioning, a seriously informative book for any progressing coach in terms of energy system work.
Right, Joe. So all the links to Joey's website, Facebook. If you're not following Urban Fitness, obviously make sure you give it a like. It's going to be in the blog below, so make sure you go down and click on for all information about them. Obviously, the website link will be there, so check that out. And Joey, thanks for being on the show.
No problem. Absolute pleasure.
All right, guys. Checking soon. Hey guys, if you enjoyed the show, head over to our YouTube channel. Click the subscribe button and you can get all the latest information from FSM, FSMRX, and our Q&A show, Coffee Topics. Follow us on Instagram, where you can find the daily goings on of all our members, coaches and athletes, and see what we're getting up to. And head over to Facebook, FSM Bray, give us a like and a share, leave a 5-star review, and you'll get all the latest information on our upcoming events and shows coming your way.